Hi, it's Adrian, welcome to my channel. Today I am sort of showing you how to do this. Now just cut off, well it actually didn't cut off, it's me. I forgot to switch it back on when I start using this. This is opaque white because even my brand new pen wouldn't work too well on it. So I used that, and that's just a watercolour white that I used instead of using the pen. Okay, because normally it works so well. I do give you some suggestions at the end of what to do instead, but anyway, this would be like a journal page. So I thought I'd do something like this sort of thing, but as journal edges. In fact, you could do that sort of thing, cut it up and then stick it on the edges and then copy it. Yes, this is a copy, so that's the copy. Copied it at the end for you to have a look at, to see how it goes. I've done both sides separately, so I fed it in again and did it like that. I find that easier than looking at how to do the double-sided. I love these. I mean, they've got some amazing things like this. It looks like nothing until I start putting the white on. Okay, so if you'd like to join me today, give me a thumbs up and I'll show you how to do all this, give you a bit of inspiration by Gustav Klimt, that sort of thing, as well, if you want to have a look at what he does, which is or did rather in his lifetime. He did some amazing doodling sort of prints on his whether they are prints, there might be some sort of prints, I don't know. And then on his work, Gustav Klimt, if you've not heard of him, it's Klimt, and Gustav. If you put Klimt in, it'll definitely come up with that. So that sort of thing, he did that sort of thing. So this is like abstract, it's like an abstract stuff on his did lots of people with clothing of that, and with that sort of patterns on backgrounds with that sort of pattern on. So that was inspired by him. So yeah, right then, I do have another suggestion as well. I might try it actually, putting a border around them, because I do this sort of thing. Okay, subscribe to my channel and that will help my channel to grow. Thank you so much. And if you want to look at Ko-fi, I have got papers on there. I'm considering putting this on there. Let me know if you want it on there. Let's see, vote of popularity if you'd like to see this on there. That'd be amazing. Yeah, see how yellow it's gone compared with that. Okay then, so let's go and I'll show you what we're doing today. Thank you. Right, so what I've got there, that's just where I was trying out some of these. I've got some black ones, so like Nouveau drops, but they're Ranger, by Ranger, so that's fine. Right, so what am I doing? I'm looking for oh yeah, this is what I got yesterday. Really, look at this, 50 sheets, really full. I could have got an A3, but it's only like 20 sheets. I thought, well, it's not worth it. Sometimes I use A4, don't I? So A4 is 11.3 times 11.3. That's not right, is it? 11.7 times 8.3. That's the one. Right, look at this, it fills the screen. Look, we don't want it filling the screen, do we? Let's move it right up there. I'm going to move it on to 7 without switching it off. Yeah, that's it. Right, so what I'm doing is, what I've decided to do, even though I can't find the paints, I've looked absolutely everywhere. So what I'm doing is, I thought I'd better show you rather than just do it, because I think if you show you, that would give you more. I mean, look at this brush. It's not the ideal brush for me. I would use a perhaps that one will do. I'll not use that for painting. It's a round brush. So I'm going to do a wash because I want to paint some back. What I'm going to do is photocopy it. What do you call it? No, I'm going to scan it and print it. I think if you've got if you haven't got a printer or scanner yourself, you might know somebody who has. So you could actually do something like this. And I'm going to do these as pages. I have got actually coffee dyed and tea dyed actually pages. And oh yeah. So you can do that any way you like, you know, brush it on. Actually, this is my first video I did this on. Right, so no, it's actually tea. You can actually use, obviously, tea. But I thought I may as well use paints. I didn't even know what these were. These are watercolours, I realised. So I've got watercolours there. I have got a box of watercolours I can use. And actually, yesterday I was using children's watercolours. Well, I think the children's. And they were fine, actually. It's the bright colours and everything. So if you've got anything like that, you don't want to make you can just use, I'm just using this as like making like a coffee dyed or tea dyed background here. I was going to show you how I was going to do it. So what you do is, to make brown, you can use, it can be orange and green or red and green. In fact, put red, green and orange in that, and probably a bit of yellow as well. I didn't use the white because that's that it hasn't even been used for ages. I didn't even know what these were, I didn't realise. So I put a bit of red in, like just get what red, so you get really watery there. And I'm yeah, we can put that in without rinsing the brush because that'll just stay that sort of colour. I'm going to rinse the brush and put some green on. I've actually mixed some of that with the green. Okay, so I'm mixing that with the green, and that will make, especially if I put some more orange in, we'll make some, or yellow, we'll make brown again. That could be more of a, oh, it looks like a greyish colour. No matter, we'll add some of that. Okay, we can add some of that, that's fine. Anything like that will do, won't it? Yeah, you can actually, as I say, you can actually use actual tea, so not with any milk in. just tea or coffee with, did I do tea? I can't remember if I did tea or coffee. On my very first video, and people keep, you know, go back to your very first video to have a look, see what you did. I think that's what it is. That's why I'm getting views on that. Right. Okay, so I'm going to do this. And it doesn't take that long to, I'm getting paint all over here. Shouldn't be done. Mind you, I don't mind sometimes around that edge when I've got a bit of paint. So that's quite orange up there, and that's actually more red, isn't it, down here. So I can do what I like, can't I? Yeah, that's made a nice, look at that, look. That could be a certain type of coffee, couldn't it? So that could be tea and that could be coffee, Dal. We can have a mix. Right, I'm not doing it, I'm not, oh, I wish, I've just put everything away and I don't know where they are, but I've got some papers somewhere that I've made, and they're these, okay, these sorts of things. But they had plants on them instead. I've just got girls on them, not these strange girls. But I mean, yeah, it's quite a good drawing, that, isn't it? Quite pleased with that. But that's got one of my flowers on it. One of my, I don't know if you can see that very well, but hey, it doesn't matter. It's not what we're doing today. Right, while we're waiting, I'm going to do some abstract art on the edges, okay? I'm not going to fold it because sometimes when I print, not right at the edge either, because sometimes when you print and I print into the edge, it actually moves the middle. So it moves the middle to one, I can't remember which side it goes. So I don't know about your printer, but my printer seems to do that. Right, okay. You could also use watercolour paint, pencils, and just draw it and then go over it with paint. That'll make a nice effect, I think. But anyway, I was just going to say, this is part of an abstract I did. I think probably on video, actually, did I? This is the masterboard like you've never seen, I think the video is called. And I've got these little things, and I actually got that from somebody on television wearing a dress with those little flowery things on them, black and white as well it was. So I thought, oh, I'm going to nick that idea. So you can get ideas from anywhere. Look, that's getting there, isn't it? Let's see how we're going. It's still bad, isn't it? Still going. Right, okay. Other ideas I got for edges was this actual pattern tissue paper. That would look nice on an edge, wouldn't it? And it's a bit short, but that would look great on an edge. We've got a bit of a shorter journal. I could copy that. Just copy that. Yeah, so anything like this would be, I could do it now really, it's getting there. Right, I'm thinking of doing some actual watercolours and then possibly using pens to finish it off, because I think that would be great. Let me just get these watercolours from, these are my old watercolours, you might remember these. You might even, so these have got I've got some of those colours in there, like the magenta there I've put. I think it all looks like I've got a, oh yeah, that one and that one, look. I didn't know, I had a yellow one. And there's that, and then I must have a white one somewhere. Right, so that's that. So that's all, that's an Arteza one, and that's not a children's one. The children's one was, let me just show you what I did with that. With a really, really cheap one. Me and my brother-in-law got it me for Christmas, but it's like a pack of pencils, and it's a very good case, and it's got watercolours and that, but I think it'd be great for kids. But look at that, I managed to do that with them, and I've got loads, so I've cut them out, all these. So I managed to do, well, I didn't do, that's just one I was copying off, that's, right, let me just talk a bit about the paper as well, just while I'm getting my watercolours ready. Also, oh look, I've got fingerprints on there, that's a good pattern. The paper is, again, I've used this, it's a new one, it is actually cold, it doesn't say not pressed anymore, it says cold press. They used to be called not press. If you find any old ones, it will say not press possibly on it. Doesn't mean it's not pressed. It means it's cold pressed. I don't know why they do that. And it has the both symbols there, look, as well. And this one's by Stationery Island. Okay, and it's obviously sold in different countries there. Oh, both students and artists. Yeah, it's fine. That's absolutely fine for anybody. So, and that's obviously not on the page. That's just what I did with the accents, enamel accents. Right, okay. I need to. So I'm going to do paintings down both sides. Okay, and here and here. I don't know how I'm going to do it because I've got no room. But never mind. So let's start. Okay, so I'm going to get some water. Now I'm going to start with green. I'm going to start with the stem. Okay, I might build it up. I'm using you can't see, but I'm using the green that I squeezed out of a tube. I'm not going to go to the edge. Let's just find what I did the other day. Let's have a look. I'm just going to do a stem because I'm not going to do all plants, don't think. I mean, you can be inspired by other artists like Gustav Klimt is a good one. I've done a few of those. Right, so I'm going to do some. I've got an idea first. Might do that. I might have a go at. Okay, so I won't go to the edge because it's most likely spread because of the. So I'm going to do a line like this. Okay, and that's aquarelle, actually pencil. Right. So I'm going to do a plant. Okay, like this. And then you can do things like that as well. You can do it like this. Yes, you can do it like that as well. You can do it so it's exactly the same all the way up because it's sort of whimsical. It's a whimsical look. Or you can make it, or you can graduate it so they get smaller and smaller as they go up. Okay, and then on this one I did like a thistle type. So I'm just copying off my paper, my thing I did, and it was like the magenta. So it's like a ball. So it's a blob at the top there, like that. Okay, and then I'm doing some yellow. Actually, my green's mixed with green and yellow mixed there. Yeah, that's fine. It's because I don't rinse my brush, which is what I don't do, so that's fine. Right, so then I'm going to do some like a crown here. Oh, it's joining in with the pink, but it doesn't matter. It's just the basic shape. There you go. So that's an idea. This is what you can do. You can make up anything. This is abstract, so it's not an actual plant. Okay, and I've also done a little bit extra, just like an alien, doesn't it? And you've got some things there, and it doesn't matter, it's wet. Okay, so what have I got floating around there? I've got so I'm gonna, because I've done that line, I'm going to do some things, because I'm going to obviously use that as a journaling space. Doing other things. Yeah, I'll tell you what else I've got on there. Yeah, let's do this, and let's do it behind the others. I'm using the same brush. Let's see what brush I'm using. I'm using a 5. I don't know if this is they're all the same or not, but this is a Zoo something, isn't it? Zooting artist brush. Okay, keep slipping onto my paper. Right, let's go through here. So something like this. Okay, let me see that. I'm going to see if we can get closer because we're about a mile away, aren't we? So I'm going to try and show you closer. I'm going to have to keep looking at the camera, at the picture. Right, so I can go all the way through there. So pretend one's there. Okay, that's actually joining in with that, but hey. And then we've got one here. And all I'm doing for those is this. And I didn't do that through the other one. There you go, little circles and little things here. Right, so that's that one. Let's have a flower or something here. Let's have part of a flower. So that's part of a flower. And we can imagine the petals. Okay, so elongated petals, any Doesn't matter how they are, how big they are. I'm going to go behind that one. I think this is quite cute, isn't it? Hopefully I got rid of that cough. Right, so I'm going to go in the middle here, and this could be like a sunflower. Right, so if you hear me cough, do excuse me. I just haven't probably edited that bit. Right, I'm adding some yellow and orange together in my palette, of course, like I do. Yeah. Right, there we go, and that can go here. That shouldn't run now, as that's okay. I suppose you could put some sort of stem or leaf or something if you wanted. There. Okay. Oh, I've got a massive line as well. Let's do that. Let's do that in that magenta. So I'm not rinsing my brush. I'm just adding it to the magenta. Right. So I'm going to get some magenta. Okay. So I'm going to. Oh, that's the same colour as that, isn't it? Let's get a different colour. I'm going to go for that blue. Making a purple. So I'm adding magenta to blue, making a purple, sort of dark purple, yeah. And I'm going to go all the way. This is the thing, if you've got watercolours, you'll need to do, or whatever you're using. But I'm going to use some Uniposcas and things as well. So pens, any pens, especially those that will go over the top of others, like Uniposcas do. Brilliant. Yeah, so I'm going to come in with those in a bit. It will improve it a lot. So, this is just abstract. It's not a plant. It's just an abstract piece of drawing there. So I'm just copying basically what I've done there. See what I've done there. Done that over there like that. It's close up, I know, but I'm gonna might add some. I'm gonna might add some. Let's have a little. So you can do flowers like that as well. Look, see what I'm doing there. Can you? Oh, you can't even see what I'm doing. These. It's because it's so cramped on here. I might have to put my paint on top of me. Now you might be able to see what I'm doing. Right. So what I'm doing is just doing a little flower. So that, and that. That's the flower. Now I could put a little Uniposca white dot in the middle, or yellow dot, whatever I'm using. Okay, I'll do another one of those. Can't we? Look like this. Look. So I'm not going over that line and like that. Okay, and I've done a lot of those as well. Yeah, as you can see, this is my favourite. I love doing these, you know. We could do some Gustav Klimt type stuff if you want as well. That's good. I haven't done anything on here, but it's sort of, I would say that's inspired by Gustav Klimt. So that sort of thing. Oh, there's some of those flowers as well. I've used, remember I did those black and white ones. I did a similar one there, but different coloured ones as well. So I could even do that. You could fly them here, yeah. Let's do that. Can we see that? Yeah. So I'm just adding some green, even though you can't see what I'm doing, but actually move that down. I'm not even rinsing my brush. I'm useless at rinsing my brush now. I think it's a waste of time. Anyway, so I've got, because I've got that way, I might put something coming in here like this. Okay, and then, oh, let's have some big leaves. Let's have some massive. You don't have to have them even green, actually. You know them what colour you like. I'm going to actually might do that. Okay, let's have some. Yeah. I mean, acrylics are good for this as well. That's what that's sort of like, it's a crisscross. It's a cross between acrylic and gouache, and then they've added Liquitex as well. And if you make them quite watery, it does work really well. But I'm using just watercolours, because a lot of people will have watercolours, but they might have some pens. I'm going to put a flower in. It might go off the page, but hey, we're not bothered about that, are we? I just did actually rinse my brush some. It's going to have a green middle there. Oh, that's gonna run everywhere, isn't it? Let's colour the middle of these that colour, so we're not wasting too much paint. Yeah. Okay, so this is going to be quite busy. You don't have to do it so busy if you don't want. I'm actually going to try and, oh yeah, it does. See if that works on there. It does as well. So okay, yeah, let's get some. Said it rinse my brush. It's still orange. Okay, so I'm going to go for orange again. Oh, I'm doing another orange flower. Never mind. Right, so I'm going to do some elongated petals, flat edges at the end, if you see. So just, I'm just doing, all I'm doing is circle like that and that. That's a smaller version. And then I can perhaps come along here. Yeah, it's not gouache, so it doesn't go over. Gouache is quite a good one to use, actually, if you've got any of that. It's more expensive, I think, than watercolour. Right, let's do some Gustav Klimt stuff. Okay. I haven't got anything to inspire me on here, but it's like this sort of thing. And these could be sort of representative of flowers. Gustav Klimt's done those beautiful, so I'm not rinsing my brush, beautiful, and he does sort of like patterns, or like doodles, or sort of with watercolours all over his stuff. So you just do circles like that. That's good, isn't it? And then I'm gonna, let's have a blue one. Oh, and do you know what? I've got a jar of what's names there? Jar of paper clips. Yeah, and I actually almost keep dipping my pen in it, brush even. Okay, I'm gonna get some proper blue in a minute. Let's have this blue instead. Oh, is that blue in there as well? Let's get a bit of that on there. That'll help it to be blue. Because it's gone a bit green, hasn't it? And same here. I'm using, not dipping me, anyway, that's the sort of thing we're doing. Okay, so I don't know if you want me to do it fast now, because we're a bit far in now, aren't we? So I could actually do it fast. Okay, you could. I'll tell you what else you can do. Go between, as will be black, and also obviously we're doing the middles black as well. Not dry, but I'm just showing you. Okay, so that's what the sort of thing they're like. See, they're a little bit like flowers, don't they? It's inspired by Gustav Klimt. You don't have to copy him. I've also got abstract, weird stuff like that, and I do like that. That's a weird alien type flower, and I've got that which I like. So I might do one of those at the top. Right, I might do it a bit faster now and not speak. Okay, so let's do a bit more. Can we just move it down so you can see? I see my paint now, look. Can you? A bit. Okay, so I'm going to do one of those. Okay then, right, so I've I've virtually finished them, haven't I? So what I'm going to do now is, hold on, I'm going to get that thing down there. I found this pen. I found this. Yeah, oh, it's a new one, brand new. I know it's the brand new one. I've got this brand new one. So I'm going to rub this line out. Okay. And then I'm going to probably scan it as well with these lines. Oh, scan it and then we'll see what it looks like when it's printed, can't we? So I'm going to switch you off for a minute and I'll be straight back. Oh, hold on a minute. I've got to let that dry first. There's something over there that's got to dry. That over there isn't dry, so what wasn't dry, so I've just put some paper on it and it's made a mess, but hey, that's something. I quite like the effects. So what I'm going to do is should we get, I'm going to do it with this. This is the Copic White. I was using Copic White and I forgot to switch it back on. So if you see any, suddenly see white appear like those, it might be because I forgot to switch the camera back on. Okay, so I'm going to go around the edge and with dots. Sorry, I was just, my thingy went off, so I was just showing you that one was, sorry, pens are falling on the floor. That one was still wet, so I just brushed it and it made that little pattern. So I thought I'd keep it like that, yeah. So what I'm going to do now is just try and scan it, okay? So you can't really see it, can you? I'm going to put it on the, see if I can get it on that one now. Yep, that's the whole thing. So you can see what that looks like. I'm going to scan this now, okay? Just take this off and scan it. Okay, so this is what we've done. That's the original. Okay, and that's the one we've printed. Now you can see it. Yeah, it's gone quite a bit over the edge because I've done it to the edge. It does that. I don't know why. I don't know why it just doesn't do the right to the edge rather than over the edge. Anyway, this is annoying. I keep getting this line on my printer, but what you can do obviously with that is just ink it up, can't you? If you're going to put it in a journal. I've also done the other side as well. I'll just show you in a sec. I haven't done what you call that print. No, I haven't done double-sided printing. I've just turned it over. Well, actually, mine prints better if put in the same way. Yeah. So I've now got that on the other side as well. I've got one on both sides. So yeah, so right then. So I was thinking as well, instead of doing because I think it works, these pens tend to run out on when you're painting on watercolours with them. So these like Uniposcas. If you put acrylic down first instead of, or gesso, some sort of gesso or acrylic, like I have on here, this is just ordinary acrylic I've put on here. The pens seem to work a lot better, so you could try that. Says I know you've done it, not really. But it does though, it does work a lot better. Right then, so then that would, you could probably change the colour as well, so you've got a border of the colour rather than just the imaginary line that's not there anymore, although that one shows up. Alright, okay, I do hope you like my content anyway. I do think it's turned out really well. I'm really pleased with it, and I would be happy to put that in a journal, or you could write letters on it, anything like that. So you could half it and cut it in half, and you could write letters and things like that on it as well. Obviously you could put lines on it as well if you like. Yeah, you could even print it on line paper. Yeah. Well, obviously if you've got, I mean, I've done this. So I could have printed it on a full sheet of that, couldn't I, really? Yeah, so, anything like that. I mean, I love the way that's turned out. I think this side, I don't know, this side seems better. I don't know why than that. I don't know, do you think so? Perhaps you like the other side. I do like some of this, and if it's too busy for you, you don't do so much. And you can also do the same pattern, repeat the same pattern again instead of doing that. Okay, and using other materials like acrylics or gouache and things like that, but I thought I'd use watercolour because I know a lot of people would have watercolour and things like that. And I've got this, if you get some really, really good, this is what illustrators use, this is what I used to use to white out mistakes on any drawings I did for like graphic. No, I want a graphic. I didn't wish to make graphic novels. It's only for myself, but it was a graphic novel. So yeah. Okay then. So well, I might even put it on Ko-fi. Should I put no? I don't know where to put it on Ko-fi. I've got it on my thing. I could easily put it on Ko-fi. Just let me know if you want it. I think it's worth having. Okay. But you might make a better one than me, might you? Or you could actually have this to compare, couldn't you? Or look at, so you could see it in front of you. That'd be a good idea, wouldn't it? I do like the way that's gone. But all I did was put a piece of white paper on it, and I don't know where the white paper is. I'm looking for it, and it went like that. And I thought that was quite good. Oh no, it's not that. I don't know where it is. It's just a piece of white. Oh, that was it. Oh, it was. It's this. Yeah, there it is. I just took it on, and that's made quite a nice print actually, because it wasn't dry. And thought, oh, you're going to dry, you are. There it is. And it's done a really good job. I like it. Okay. Yeah, I know what you could actually do. You know, you've got that. You had that invisible border that I rubbed out. You'd actually make a border, couldn't you? Using a pen or something. Yeah, so the possibilities are endless, aren't they, with this again? Okay, and that sort of showed up like that, which is fine with me. Okay, so, and look how yellow it's gone. Compared with that's brown, that's yellow. Yeah. Okay then, so give me a thumbs up, thank you so much. It does help other people see my video, and anybody who's subscribed to my channel does help my channel to grow. Thank you so much. And papers on Ko-fi as usual, as I say. Okay, and goodbye, and thank you so much for watching.